King Charles may have just triggered another royal firestorm, and this time it hits Prince Harry where it hurts the most: his children. Rumors are swirling across royal circles that the future of Archie and Lilibet's HRH status is once again under serious scrutiny. While no formal palace announcement has confirmed any change, renewed media speculation has reignited fears that the Sussex children's royal styles could be limited or revisited in the future, especially if palace tensions continue to grow. Reports this week even suggest Harry is deeply worried that once Prince William becomes king, Archie and Lilibet's HRH status could face a serious challenge. For Harry, this is far more than just a title issue. To the outside world, HRH may seem like a few ceremonial letters placed before a name, but inside royal life it represents identity, legacy, and connection to a centuries-old institution. Archie and Lilibet are the grandchildren of the reigning monarch, and under the 1917 letters patent, grandchildren of the monarch traditionally have the right to prince and princess titles with HRH styles attached by birthright. That legal tradition is exactly why this topic never truly disappears from the headlines. The emotional center of this story is Prince Harry himself. Sources close to royal reporting claim Harry sees any discussion around his children's titles as a direct message from the palace, a reminder that despite blood ties, his family remains on the outside. After everything that happened since stepping back in 2020, Harry likely views the children's titles as one of the last visible links between Archie, Lilibet, and the royal institution they were born into. If that connection is threatened, the reaction from California could be explosive. Imagine Harry hearing whispers that palace aides are debating whether Archie and Lilibet should continue holding HRH privileges in the long term. For someone who already believes the institution failed to protect his wife and family, this could feel like history repeating itself. In Harry's eyes, it may not simply be about protocol. It may feel personal, symbolic, and deeply intentional. And then there is King Charles. The king has spent years trying to modernize the monarchy while balancing public opinion, constitutional tradition, and private family wounds. Some royal watchers believe Charles wants a slimmer monarchy, one focused almost entirely on the direct line of succession. If that vision becomes stricter, titles outside the immediate working core of the family may naturally become a topic of debate. That is why the rumors feel believable to so many viewers online. Archie and Lilibet live in California, far from royal duties, far from palace life, and far from the public role traditionally associated with HRH status. Styling itself becomes largely symbolic. Supporters, however, argue the opposite. The titles are not about employment, they are about birthright. This is where Harry's frustration could truly erupt. He has spent years fighting the narrative that his children are somehow less royal because they were raised outside the UK. From his perspective, distance should not erase bloodline. Geography should not change legacy. And family disagreements should not determine what the children inherited by birth. The palace, meanwhile, remains silent, and that silence is exactly what keeps the internet on fire. Every time Buckingham Palace refuses to clarify title speculation, it creates a vacuum that tabloids, commentators, and YouTube creators rush to fill. The result is a never-ending cycle of sources say, insiders reveal, and future king fears. Some reports now claim Harry's greatest concern is not Charles, but William. Recent commentary suggests Harry fears a future King William could be far less forgiving and may formally revisit the Sussex children's status. Whether that ever happens is impossible to know, but the idea alone is enough to spark a fresh wave of royal drama content online. Now think about what this means emotionally for Harry. His relationship with William remains deeply fractured. The brothers who once stood side by side through tragedy now reportedly barely speak. If Harry truly believes William could one day move against Archie and Lilibet's titles, then every current palace rumor becomes more threatening. And what about Meghan? Though this story centers on Harry's reaction, Meghan's presence is impossible to ignore. Many royal commentators believe she sees the children's titles as protection for their future identity. Even if Archie and Lilibet never choose public royal roles, the titles preserve choice. They allow the children to decide later in life what relationship they want with their heritage. That idea of future choice is powerful. It transforms the HRH debate from palace gossip into a bigger question about identity. Should children born into history lose that connection because of decisions made by adults around them? Or should that legacy remain untouched until they are old enough to decide for themselves? This is why audiences are so emotionally invested in this story. It blends royal power, family betrayal, inheritance, and the future of two children who never chose the conflict surrounding them. Inside the palace, Charles may also be considering public optics. Any visible move against Archie and Lilibet would create global backlash, especially in America where Harry and Meghan's support remains strong. It could be framed as punishment against children, even if the official reasoning focused on streamlining the monarchy. That potential backlash is exactly why some experts believe Charles will avoid any dramatic action during his reign. Instead, the real tension may be deferred to the future when William ascends and chooses how narrowly he defines the royal institution. For Harry, that uncertainty may be the most painful part. Not knowing whether the children's titles are safe. Not knowing whether future palace leadership will respect tradition. Not knowing whether reconciliation with his family could change the outcome. Recent reports also suggest Harry wants Archie and Lilibet to reconnect with their grandfather and spend time in the UK under proper security arrangements. That desire makes the title speculation even more emotional because Harry is clearly still trying to preserve some bridge between his children and the royal world. But every fresh rumor chips away at that bridge. Imagine the conversation in Montecito. Harry reading another explosive headline claiming palace insiders are reconsidering HRH. Meghan questioning what it means for the children's future. Advisors discussing press strategy. Social media exploding with divided reactions. Supporters defending birthright. Critics demanding a slimmer monarchy. This is the perfect storm for a viral royal drama. Some viewers will side with Charles, arguing the monarchy must evolve and that titles should reflect public duty. Others will side with Harry, insisting Archie and Lilibet should never become collateral damage in a family war. And honestly, that division is what makes this such a powerful YouTube story. At its core, this is not just about palace protocol. It is about fathers and sons, brothers and betrayal, legacy and control. It is about what happens when one family's private wounds collide with one of the most public institutions in the world. Harry's explosion, whether literal or emotional, makes sense in that context. Every royal decision now carries years of unresolved resentment behind it. Security battles, memoir accusations, media leaks, public interviews, and broken trust all feed into how Harry interprets any palace move. So when headlines scream that Charles may strip Archie and Lilibet of HRH rights, Harry likely does not hear protocol. He hears rejection. He hears the institution once again deciding what place his family deserves. He hears the same cold machinery that he believes pushed him away years ago. And that is why this story resonates so deeply. The biggest question now is simple. Will this remain speculation, or will the palace eventually be forced to make a formal decision? For now, there is no verified confirmation that King Charles has stripped Archie and Lilibet of any HRH entitlement. Most current reporting focuses on fears, speculation, and future possibilities rather than any official decree. But in the world of royal drama, sometimes the fear of what could happen becomes even more explosive than what actually does. And for Harry, that fear may be enough to reignite a battle with the palace that never truly ended. So if Charles ever does move forward with a formal title decision, expect Harry's response to be swift, emotional, and global. Interviews, spokesperson statements, insider leaks, and another media firestorm could follow almost instantly. What makes this story even more intense is the timing. The royal family is already under constant pressure, and every rumor now feels bigger than ever. With King Charles trying to maintain stability, the idea that Archie and Lilibet's future titles could become part of a larger palace strategy sends shockwaves through royal watchers worldwide. Every move the palace makes is now viewed through The lens of the Sussex feud, and that means even silence becomes suspicious. For Harry, this may reopen one of the deepest wounds from his past, the feeling that his family is always being treated differently. He has spoken before about how painful it was to watch decisions being made around his wife and children without clear protection from the institution. So, when stories begin spreading that Archie and Lilibet's HRH standing could be limited, it feeds directly into that old fear that history is repeating itself.